Hello everyone and welcome to the next in my interview series. Today we are going to be looking at an interview I did with Uncasual Games, who are the makers of Ancient Cities, which is currently in very early alpha development. Now, their main language is Spanish and not English, so they've done a written interview rather than a verbal interview. For this reason, I have got my friend LK to read out their answers, and I will read out the questions to you. I hope you enjoy, and stay tuned to the end. Thanks. So first up, I asked them who came up with the idea for Ancient Cities.
We are ancient history passionate, and as gamers, we like strategy games and city builders. We always wanted to make a PC game, so when we had the opportunity, we went for it. We also love to visit ancient and archaeological sites. When in those places, we can't stop recreating in our minds how they would have looked and felt like to experience in their prime. Now we have the opportunity to create them virtually and bring them to life.
Secondly, I asked them how long has Ancient Cities been in development for so far?
The game development process began 1 year ago. We have been developing gameplay and tech at the same time so we can get the features and performance we want for a game like this.
At question 3, we have there been any particular inspirations for Ancient Cities?
Many games have inspired us, from city builders like Banished or Stronghold to strategy games like the Total War series. However, we are also adding original features to the mix that we expect to work well in the city builder genre.
How would you summarise what the game is to someone completely new to the game?
Ancient Cities is a strategy city builder set in the Neolithic, where you have to guide a European hunter-gatherer tribe to establish a settlement while they adopt new technologies like farming or animal husbandry to survive. Eventually, we want the game to become a platform for future development, where the same city will have the potential to evolve to Bronze Age and beyond.
Next on the interview was, can you provide a quick introduction to each of your team members and their role in the Ancient Cities development?
Juan is the artist and one of the game designers, a lifetime PC gamer too. After years working as an art director, he started in the gaming industry, publishing 2 Android games with a 2-man company. Eugenio, this is his first game, but he has years of experience as a programmer and as a director of development teams with related technology. He is a strategy game lover. Javi is the most experienced in our team with games. In fact, he started to code games in 8-bit back in the 80s. Now he is our man for everything and a great IT guy. Luis is the sound guy and has years of experience as a musician and with FX sounds. He has collaborated in short films and games, and he's also a music and FX teacher.
Following my previous question, I then asked, my understanding is that this is your first gaming project. What are your areas of expertise that will help you with this project?
We have little experience in the gaming industry itself, but years of expertise in many areas related to game development that comes from working for private companies and VR research labs.
Next, at question 7, we had, you chose to go to Kickstarter to get another €100,000 to help fund development. My understanding this is to cover the cost of additional members to join your team. Are there any other areas you intend to use the funds?
This funding, minus around 30% in taxes and fees, covers a few small salaries for a year. Furthermore, we will use these funds to pay company costs and taxes during the development process.
At number 8, we have, for those who don't already know, can you summarise the reasoning behind not giving playable access to the game too soon?
We want you to get the game as intended, and in its current state, the game does not represent the gameplay and experience that we have planned. We expect to begin releasing the game as a closed beta in early summer of 2018. Of course, we will have an internal alpha with selected people who have experience with these kind of games and good technical knowledge.
Of particular interest at number 9, technology and its development appears to be a key feature of the game. Is there anything you can reveal about how this is structured or how significantly this will play into impacting on a civilization's survival?
You are right. Technology is a key point in our gameplay. Any action a citizen can perform is because there is the knowledge that allows him or her to do that. We have designed a simple but original technology system. The only thing that I can tell you now is that the game does not implement a tech tree. More to be revealed in the future.
And number 10, do you have plans for natural disasters? In addition to this, will it be possible for the overuse of specific types of technology to result in human-made disasters?
Yes indeed. The game will feature natural disasters that you can disable if you don't like your city to be ruined by an earthquake. We are simulating the ecosystem. Every plant and animal is alive, and so you should take care of them if you want to have those resources in the future.
At number 11, will certain technology not just be beneficial but also have negative drawbacks which the player needs to balance or endure or counterbalance for before moving on to better technologies in the long run?
When possible, we are trying to design the game in a way that any action has two sides, the good and the bad. We think this approach can generate some very interesting gameplay.
My 12th question was, outside of chopping down trees and harvesting rocks, etc., will players be able to influence the landscape by digging it out, creating human-made rivers, leaving marks on hillsides, etc.?
Not at first release, but we want to implement terrain modification gameplay, as well as fluid dynamics. This is all dependent of getting enough funds to do it.
Since I've reached out to Uncasual Games for this particular interview, just of note is that they have reached a couple of funding goals that enable basic land modification and fluid dynamics, so that will somewhat have changed the situation. Regardless, anyway, moving on to question 13. In the Kickstarter campaign and Indiegogo, there were talks of DLC, some of which is stretch goals. In addition to these stretch goal DLCs, what other DLC do you have planned, and will these be free or paid?
We are designing our game as a platform. This means that we are ever growing and improving the game with additional content that could be purchased and added. In this way, we define the expansion as a set of new content with cultures, biomes, and new gameplay. This means that you can buy an expansion and continue playing your Neolithic city in the Bronze Age, for example.
Getting towards the end now, at question 14, we have, to my understanding, war and diplomacy is intended for the game. If this is the case, do you intend to lock this to specific technologies and buildings, with more options becoming available as the civilization progresses?
War and diplomacy will be improved in many ways by several technologies. Discoveries like writing should improve your diplomacy capabilities, as well as warfare tactics, which should improve your military capabilities, just as an example.
At number 15, your videos and Kickstarter/Indiegogo mention that every citizen is simulated and will each have their own attributes, experience, and knowledge. How much of an impact will this have on that citizen being able to carry out certain tasks, and what level of control can the player expect when choosing who is assigned to specific jobs and how effective they are at that job?
Each task will have some requirements. When a citizen is searching for a task to do, their skills and equipment should match these requirements for him/her to perform such a task. There will be many other factors that will affect the decision process. In addition to this, when a citizen performs a task, their attributes will affect his or her performance.
Question 16. If a citizen has particular knowledge or experience aimed towards a certain craft or skill, will this result in better produced quality items or reductions in the time needed to make the item?
The point here is that a citizen with some special knowledge and a higher level in related attributes can work faster. The quality aspect does not fit well with our resource system, so maybe you could make some bronze tools that are better than stone ones, but anyone that can make bronze tools will produce the same tool, slower or faster, depending on many factors.
Right towards the tail end of the questions now, question 17, we have, as a citizen develops over their lifetime, will there be training methods or buildings a citizen can interact with that will help improve their ability at a certain task? Or are the attributes and knowledge set for each generation at birth?
Maybe the building that could help you to learn some knowledge would be a library. In any other case, learning comes from other citizens.
And finally, but by no means least, at question 18 we have, will it be possible for man and animal to cooperate and work together?
Domestic animals will be included in the game. Initially, animals like cattle, but maybe we can tame some animals which could be used in some tasks or as companions.
Hi guys, thank you so much for checking this video out and taking the time to watch it, especially all the way to the end. It's really appreciated. Make sure to go check out Uncasual Games and Ancient Cities, and also check out the description for links to my friend LK's channels. He was super nice of him to help out this video, and I can't thank him enough. Thanks very much. See you next time.